Nebraska basketball teams going to open their seasons today. A tough one for the Hastings College football team over the weekend. They are on the brink of upsetting the sixth-ranked team in the country, the Dordt Defenders, but a ball slips through the hands of a wide receiver under 30 seconds to play in the game, right into the hands of a Dordt defender down at the Dordt 15-yard line. And the Defenders escape with a victory over Hastings College on Saturday. The Hastings College volleyball team was in Omaha over the weekend. We'll tell you how they did. Hastings College men's soccer team, they played in the quarterfinals of the GPAC tournament on Saturday. The Nebraska Kearney football team picks up a good come-from-behind victory. We got the NFL. We got Major League Baseball. We got NASCAR to talk about. High school football playoffs and the high school volleyball state tournament pairings have been set. So all that and more is coming up as you wake up and get going with us this morning on a Monday morning as we welcome in Tyson Ervonic from the Western Studios. Good morning, my man.
Yeah, I don't know how good of a morning it is. Everything that could go wrong went wrong this weekend. You mentioned the Nebraska game, and not only do you get that gut punch from a pretty well-played game against USC that we ultimately fell a little bit short on, then you really get the kick to the nuts when you find out that your starting quarterback is going to be out for the rest of the season. Followed up that with a 2-3 Blazing 5 weekend where I go under 500, and then ultimately then just jumping off Survivor Island just for the hell of it, threw in the Packers, and I just said Geronimo, apparently. So did they. I thought that was Green Bay was a team that was clicking. Carolina was kind of reeling after Buffalo just shattered them a week ago. Carolina turns around and Rico does Rico. Hell, I probably lost the fantasy football game this weekend. I didn't see the final on that.
So it was a dismal weekend.
My bench outscored my starters. I do know that. I made every wrong possible start. Still alive somehow. Oh, Amber's got 3 players going tonight. That's why the score isn't finalized. So probably going to lose my fantasy football game tonight just to put the capper. Pretty dismal. Then you throw in the time change, and I don't care, Mike. I don't care who you are or what time the time changes, whether it falls back or it springs forward. It always screws with me. It doesn't matter if we go ahead, if we go back. I just get mentally like I don't know what time it is. I don't know what day it is. It always screws with me. So, again, a plea, an absolute plea to anybody and everybody that's listening. I think we've got the rule intact, but we have to wait for like 5 other states to do it. It's stupid. I mean, can we just nationally all agree, like, hey, this is dumb. Let's spring forward, and for the love of God, keep it. I am so done falling back.
Yeah, the time change, it really doesn't bother me a whole lot.
It's
just kind of weird. Like right now, you look outside the window, and it's already light out.
It ruins my world. Like it's so dumb.
You just got to kind of adjust. A lot of people, it affects people a lot of different ways. So I just got a word, major accident, northbound lane, right side of the road out by Donovan. A semi and an SUV. So if you're heading to work, a lot of people heading on the Highway 281 north. If you're heading to work and listening to us, be careful up around the Donovan interchange. There's a major wreck up that way. So anyway, back to the time thing.
Yeah.
I'm not I agree that changing the clocks have become a real pain here lately.
It's stupid.
And let's just settle on a time. I don't care what time it is. Just settle on it. Number one, I've got this clock that's stuck up above my TV set. That is a pain in the rear to change all the time. It's like a 2 to 3 man operation to get it off of the wall and then to stick it back up on the little thing that's up there holding it on to the wall. It's a pain, and I dread that each and every time we have to have a time change.
You still, manually fix clocks?
Well, I got one in the house that's, a decorative clock.
Oh, decorative clock.
It's a big old clock above our TV set.
Okay.
It's still a manual clock that you have to actually turn the hands. So, yeah, I'm with you. There's a lot to talk about today. You already mentioned Survivor. You dive off Survivor.
Cannonball!
You lost. Carolina pulls off the upset with Green Bay. And with that, down goes Tyson. Down goes one of our ties in the Survivor Series. Guess who's left? The other two ties.
Two ties.
Ty Moritz, Ty Schleicher. They move on to the next round, so we're down to two in Survivor. Tyler Moritz had the Los Angeles Chargers over Tennessee. He won. Ty Schleicher had the L.A. Rams over New Orleans, so he wins. So they move on to the next round. There are last two individuals on the Survivor Island, so to speak, all vying for the 55-inch TV donated by Mid-America Truck Sales of Hastings. You get the flat-top grill, the gift card to the Moletta Vista Winery up in St. Paul. We'll treat you to dinner and some drinks out of Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill of Hastings. You get the oil change from Cotton Auto Care of Hastings. You get the 60-minute head spa experience with KK and the crew down at Bamboo Mind and Body Spa. So it's Ty Moritz and Ty Schleicher into the finals of Survivor. So they will go head-to-head coming up this week. We'll see how long they go. Bookkeeper and I were talking about this yesterday. What happens if they go all the way through the season and they get down to the playoffs? I guess we just continue on until somebody loses. No,
let's be realistic. There's two left, and it's we're going into week 9, and there's only two left. Let's be realistic. It's going to happen.
Somebody's going to lose.
You're going to run out of teams to pick. Speaking of Schleichers and making good picks, we got Ty Schleicher still alive. Jim Schleicher from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. He sent me a snapshot over the weekend of his exotics bettings in the Breeders' Cup. Y'all got to listen when Jim talks. Jim might be the only expert on here that actually knows a thing or two about predictions, because he was absolutely on his exotics tab this weekend and made some money. So drop that money on the show. He would have hit for you. Schleicher comes through on the exotics, has a great weekend. He's all smiles. We're all sitting here doom and gloom talking about how bad we suck. And Jim's just grinning from ear to ear, because he nailed the exotics on Breeders' Cup. So kudos, my man.
Yeah, people listen. We get him on for a reason.
Yeah.
He's our horse racing expert. We get him on for a reason. So if you're a horse racing fan and you follow the sports, Jim Schleicher, one of the best around, and we've got him for you here on Extreme Sports. So, all right, let's get into it. It's going to be the talk all over the sports world, at least locally here. First of all, how was your game day experience in Lincoln on Saturday? Number one, did you make it to the 88th row?
84.
84th row.
84th row. We were about 6 away from the very top, and and at one point I kind of wanted to trade with somebody, because I was just like, if we're gonna go up, we should go all the way up. Honestly, 84 rows. That's not a bad view. I don't care what you say. You can see the whole field. There really isn't a horrible seat at Memorial Stadium. Kudos to UNL for nailing Blackout. For the Blackout night, they absolutely nailed it. Everything, the atmosphere, it was done perfect. Kudos to Husker Nation for showing up and understanding the assignment at hand. That was one of the funnest atmospheres I've been around. Obviously, the football footballed, and USC was the better team down the stretch. The concessions, my man, My dog. Let's talk.
Yeah,
guys.
I saw a couple of texts that you were not happy with the concession lines.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus! For a Division I program, a Division I Big Ten program, this is the most mind-numbing, embarrassing thing that I have been a part of. 45-minute lines, at least 45-minute lines that were not well marked. And so at one point, I'm standing in one line for 20 minutes before somebody finally panics and goes, at the very top, I can hear her scream, "This isn't the beer line?" And I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, where's the beer line? Where's the beer line? She goes, oh, apparently it's back here. So we march, and then we wait for another 30 minutes to be in the beer line to go through. It's slow as shit, man. The worst. So 2 beers, right? And I'm like, well, I'm just drinking 2 beers today, apparently, because I'm not going through that cycle again. Then, halftime.
Oh,
Halftime. Halftime. We go for food. Runza, right? I'm hungry. I want a runza. This is all I require. We go to the concession stand. We wait again. 45 minutes. The third quarter has already started. We're rolling through. I get to the top of the concession stands window, and I was like, yes, I would love 2 runzas, please. Oh, I'm sorry. We're out of runza. What about Val's Pizza? We're out of Val's Pizza. I said, shit, do you have any hot dogs?
It's halftime.
I said, how do you run out of food? We have done this, Mike, with the same 3 food items for 75 years, 100 years at Memorial Stadium. The food options haven't changed. The quantity hasn't changed. Why are we running out of food at halftime?
Yeah, the crowd size hasn't changed either.
Exactly.
You know how many runzas and pieces of pizza you're going to sell on game day. Go back and look at the records. You've got them.
Oh, man. I couldn't have been more flabbergasted by just the inefficiency for a basic guest experience. And I've already bitched about the concessions enough. I won't even tell you how bad the lines are to take a pee. Gee, many Christmas. We had guys that were ducking off and going out on the side of the building. It was bad. It was bad. The lines were awful. It was truly something. And I mean this with all the respect and love in the world for the University of Nebraska. Fix your shit, man, because it's bad.
Wow. All right, so that's your game day experience.
And then there was football.
Yeah. If you stood in line for 30 minutes and 20 minutes, you missed a lot of the action.
I did.
Yeah, you didn't even see a full game if you were standing in line at the concession stand. So, all right, let's move on to Dylan Raiola. Mm-hmm. The news broke yesterday. He broke his right fibula on Saturday while being sacked in the third quarter of the game against USC. He is done for the season. Freshman TJ Lateef will take over now the Huskers for the rest of the season. True freshman was entered into the ball game on this Saturday against USC. After the injury, he went 5 for 7 throwing the football for 7 yards and rushed 6 times, 18 yards. And now he is in control of the Husker offense with our guy from Northwestern, Gramstad, I assume, is going to move up into the backup role now for TJ Lateef.
My.
All right, so we're sitting at 6 and, 3 on the season? How do we finish the year? Games against UCLA, Penn State, Iowa, with true freshman quarterback TJ Lateef now in control of the offense.
I mean, obviously, seatbelt lights have been turned on in the cabin, right? We're going to experience a little turbulence. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say TJ Lateef, the backup quarterback, is going to be Superman. But I will say to all my Husker fans that I watched the comments and I'm just like, guys, relax. Like we have a lot of people, Mike, right now that are on the ledge.
Oh, I'm on the ledge.
You're on the ledge.
Yep.
Everybody's on the ledge. Everybody's like, we're just gonna jump. We're gonna end it. The season's over. We suck. Here's the thing that I think, and I'm just gonna be Mr. Optimistic today, which is not usual for me. The playbook that we had at the ready was not ready for TJ Lateef.
No.
That wasn't the game plan. He was inserted deer in the headlights, and we had to scale it and cut it back as much as possible because it was meant a playbook for a pocket passer. So now you get an opportunity to get him really acclimated in a full week, and we just need to be what we are and what we did, which was run first. And again, I think we're entirely talking a different tone if Emmett Johnson doesn't trip. If he picks up that 4th and 1, if he doesn't trip, dude had a monster day. And I think that we can be a very dynamic read option offense with TJ and Emmett back there. I think our backfield is good enough to run the damn ball and keep these scores low, keep it to one possession games. I don't think we're going to get blown out. Is TJ going to make mistakes? Yep, absolutely. We're going to have a couple possessions that we look back at the end of the day and say, damn, wish we wouldn't have had our true freshman quarterback. Really kind of wish we would have had the starter in there. That's going to happen. But at the same time, like, I like this kid. And TJ's got really good intangibles and a lot of athleticism and really, really good feet that we just didn't get to see because the playbook was not installed for TJ to navigate through that game in the second half against USC. That's not on him. That's not on the coaches. That's just a circumstance that happened, and now we have to adapt and overcome, right? Like, what do we do in life? When shit hits the fan, we adapt and overcome. I think Nebraska's going to be in the same boat. I think we're going to be okay. My main concern is still, in watching it in person, wasn't much better. We have no physicality on the line whatsoever, offensive line or defensive line. It's both issues that we have to fix. And how do we sit here and we talk back in week two about this line, and it's leaky and it's got some problems, and there's a lot of water coming in on this boat because of the holes, and we haven't fixed it. That's an issue for me. And I think that's going to be the bigger issue is we have no protection for these guys. That's more important to me and more concerning, to be honest, to be on a ledge like y'all are about quarterback play. I don't think we're on that ledge if the offensive line can protect. So
now we're going to send a true freshman quarterback behind that same offensive line that you've been talking about for 6 weeks now.
But he is more mobile to get out of dangerous situations.
Yeah, he is.
So I don't trust him to throw.
No, Dana is going to have to spend the week, and he probably has spent countless hours already kind of revamping the game plan, so to speak. Yeah, we're going to be a different looking team, I think, this Saturday. Not that it's good, not that it's bad. We're going to be a different looking team this week against the UCLA with the TJ and their quarterback.
Adapt and overcome. You're going to have to make some changes. You're going to have to install probably some plays for TJ. Again, read options. Let him look at that linebacker spot and either give it to Emmett Johnson to run the damn ball as Emmett does, or tuck it in, keep it. I'm with you. It's going to be different. Maybe, just maybe, here's a thought, like flash it back to the mid-90s and get some speed option going. Let's not look at it like a death sentence, is basically all I'm saying. It's an opportunity. Is it adversity? Hell yeah. But with adversity comes opportunity, and I hope we take it and run with it. It can go two ways. I'm going to play the optimistic route this morning, and let's see what the kids can do.
Yeah, we'll hear more from Matt. He's going to meet with the media again today, so obviously he's had some time now to kind of
digest.
Digest what has happened and what's going to be coming up. I'm sure they've had a lot of talks already on how they're going to retool things. Yeah, I just think we'll look a lot different, and we'll see what happens against the UCLA. By the way, they set the game time for that encounter. It's going to be 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on Saturday.
Assholes.
Well, as you might expect, it's on the West Coast. Night game. It's a 6 o'clock out there, so it's 8 o'clock here. I kind of figured that. It's going to be on Fox, 8 o'clock starting time this week between the Huskers and the Bruins.
Be last call by the time the clock hits double zeros.
Yeah, we just hope that if you're going out to a sports bar, they stay open. They stay open until the last snap of the game.
Oh, wouldn't that be embarrassing? From the
we're closing up. Well, and a lot of them do.
Yeah.
Hey, they got the vacuums out at 9:30.
That pissed me off.
Oh, it'll happen. They'll have the vacuums out at 9:30, and we won't even be at halftime yet. So, wait a minute.
Because they can't wait to close.
Yeah, they can't wait to close. No, wait a minute. We've got a late game tonight. This baby's probably going to go to midnight. Midnight? Yeah, they'll have the vacuums out running while we're trying to drive for the go-ahead touchdown in the second quarter.
God, you're right. That's going to be sad.
Yeah. So, just a special alert. Put the word out. Local bars, you probably have to stay open Saturday night.
If you're closing Saturday, strap in. You're in for the long haul.
Yeah. Put a sign up so people know that they have to go somewhere else. You can enjoy the first half of the game tonight. We're going to be closing at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
You can enjoy the first half of the game, maybe not even the first half. Yeah, we're starting the game at 8. You might have to stay a little.
God, it's sad that that's the new reality.
It is. It is.
Yep.
Saturday night. Yeah, we're going to have to stay up till midnight at least.
If you're not in Lincoln, Saturday night's a ghost town. I got told that from several people that I worked with, and I'm like, how'd Saturday night go for you? And they're like, we were dead, and downtown was dead. And I'm just like, if you're not in Lincoln, nobody's going out to bars and watching the game anymore. It's something that, honestly, we lost in 2020. And when we never really figured out how to get it back.
Yep.
It's weird.
After COVID, it changed a lot of things, and that's one of them. So, anyway, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Monday. Obviously, a lot to talk about today. If you'd like to chime in, we'd love to get your thoughts. 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line, 402-834-1330. If you'd like to chime in on the social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. So Nebraska loses their quarterback. What else happened over the weekend? We had Hastings College dropping a heartbreaker to Dordt. They had a chance to upset the sixth-ranked team in the nation in a fluke play with about 30 seconds to play in the game. Dordt escapes with a victory there. As usual, your Buffalo Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs yesterday during the regular season.
Yeah, you need parentheses in the regular season.
In the regular season.
Yep.
It's going according to plan.
See you again in the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll see you in the playoffs.
Congratulations on the playoff victory.
But the problem is the Chiefs are now sitting at 5-4. Chiefs are sitting at 5-4.
Yep.
And we got a bye week coming up this week.
Ooh.
And then we come back after the bye and play Denver, who's leading the AFC West right now. So the Chiefs, as of now, are a team that's in the playoff hunt. We don't even have a spot locked up in the playoffs. So, yeah, we're one of those teams that they list in the hunt. You see Kansas City at 5-4. By the way, Patrick Mahomes yesterday had his worst day of his career. Finished with 250 yards, an interception, 15 out of 34 passing. First time in his 9-year career that he was held under 50% passing. A streak of 142 games, including the playoffs. That was an NFL record to start a career.
Well, and here's the thing, and I think you'll agree because you've watched my Bills just enough over the last several years with the saga that's been Chiefs Bills. That's the best the Bills have defense has ever played against Kansas City.
Well, they're getting to know each other pretty well.
That was an incredible defensive effort, and I say that as a Bills fan that has question marks on the defense. That was the best we looked several times where it's third and manageable, and you're just thinking that Kansas City's just riding the old Studebaker down the field and going to go on this long drive, and they'd get to third and manageable, and they'd break up passes down on the sidelines. They'd stuff hands in the face, and really disrupt the Kansas City offense. I thought that was an incredible effort all the way around.
Shane's chiming in. The Chiefs' offensive line equals Nebraska's offensive line. They're not good.
That's not good. That's a mathematical equation for some real bad football.
Yeah, even I can figure that one out. Let's see. Chiefs' O-line equals Nebraska's O-line. Solution, not good. Equals not good. Jacksonville's Cam Little yesterday set a record.
Yeah, he did.
Hit a 68-yard field goal in the Jaguars' overtime win over the Raiders out in Las Vegas.
That was a wild game.
Broke a record of 66 yards set by former Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker, who hit that one against the Detroit Lions on September 26th of 2021. But Cam Little, who had a 70-yarder during the preseason. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, I drafted him.
You did?
Fantasy football. But then I dropped his ass because the Jaguars don't score enough points. So I ended up dropping his butt, and now he hits the 68-yard, 12-point field goal.
That was a nice move. Yeah, so he had a record field goal yesterday, 68 yards in their win over Las Vegas. Last night, Seattle beat Washington.
Beat the brakes off Washington.
Final score of 38-14. Jaden Daniels goes down for Washington again.
Dislocated elbow.
And he's done probably for the year.
MRI's coming, but cannot see can't see Jaden Daniels playing again for the rest of the year.
So he's been plagued by injury all season long. It looks like he is going to be on the shelf. That would be all she wrote for that.
I liked him in primetime. I made the start on one of my fantasy football teams. I advised others to make the start. I put them in my Blazing Five because I like Jaden Daniels in primetime. They got smoked.
Speaking of the Blazing Five.
Uh-oh. Frozen Five. Oh. How bad?
Let's pull it up.
Damage report.
Damage report coming up here. It looks like, see, where's my notes? It looks like
I went 2-3. This is what I know.
You went 2-3. I'm going to pull them up here for the people that's watching on our video sites here. You went 2-3. Shane, he goes 2-3.
Okay. Did you salvage us? Oh, you did not.
I did.
Oh, there you are. 3-2.
3-2. So you went 2-3.
But we're back to but the anchor, the IT man anchors us back to Frozen. Damn it, guys! Come on.
3. Yeah, you were 2-3. IT guy 2-3, and a guy who went 0-5 last week. He's carrying the load.
Listen, you needed to make up some ground, so.
Well, my back is sore already. I'm carrying both of you guys.
Oh, shut up.
3, but I had to squeak out the win. Nebraska was favored.
Yep.
Nebraska was a dog by 4.5 points. I had to squeak that one out for a win. And then last night I had Seattle. You had the Commanders. That was the difference there. Yeah, that's not good. So for the year, I think you still got a slight advantage over
I wouldn't say slight. I'm 33 and I'm 8 games in front of you, my man. That's not slight. I could literally not make a pick this week and still be
ahead.
Yeah.
IT guy is still in second place.
Still in second.
All right, so that's the Blazing Five.
You made up one game.
But I'm champions this week.
There you go.
I'm the champion this week at 3-2.
You ever seen that meme with the guy that gets the bronze medal and is like just chugging his champagne bottle and flipping everybody off? That's what that sounds like.
Jeez. Yeah, so I'm 3-2. You're 2-3. IT guy 2-3. We'll have the Blazing Five again on Friday at 7:30. You're off of the Survivor Island, so that takes care of that.
That frees up our Wednesday.
Our Wednesdays are now open. You and I was out last week, and now you're out this week, so we'd have to worry about coming up with a.
We should get Ty and Ty to call in to Wednesday for their Survivor picks.
We could do that. I know both of them.
We should
well.
get them to call in for their Survivor picks.
In fact,
just one after the other.
I think Ty Moritz is. Yeah, he's in the lobby already. Ty Moritz, send me your cell phone number, and we're going to get you on here Wednesday morning. Send me your cell phone number, and we'll get you on. Well, is it Wednesday, or you want to do it Thursday? Because they don't have to have their picks until Thursday.
That's true. You can let them decide.
Yeah, either way, Wednesday or Thursday, whichever will work.
Yep.
We'll get. I think Sliker listens to this show too, so yeah, he needs to send me his cell phone number, and we'll get them on the show. They can make their picks live with us.
At least that way they'll remember to make their picks.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be bad?
That would be awful.
They're the last two on the island, and they forget to make their picks. All right, so
that would default to third place then for the prize package, and then my agent would be back in touch with you. He's not. He doesn't have to be in touch. I canceled my agent.
We were discussing that yesterday. You should have seen the bookkeeper's face when I said Carolina just hit a field goal to beat Crane Bay. She says, great. She says, great. We won't have to listen to Tyson whine anymore about not being eligible for the prize package. God, she was happy for the rest of the day. That turned her day around.
Glad I could at least make someone's day yesterday.
She says, great. Tyson's out, and I don't have to listen to him whine for the next couple of weeks.
Here's the thing. I didn't even think it would be necessary for us to have the discussion about being eligible for prizes because I wasn't supposed to go this far. I am page 3 on sports competitions.
Yeah, usually.
I am not good. I have an opinion, but it's normally not the right one. And I'm normally out.
We didn't expect to be at this point. So, anyway, you're out. Now we're down to Ty Sliker and Ty Morris for the grand prize of Survivor. All right, still got a lot to talk about here in the second half hour, so stay with us. 7:34, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. Let's huddle up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Nebraska State Senator Dan McEwen of Amherst, who represents District 41, was cited for public indecency, accused of unwanted touching of a woman's butt over her clothing. The incident allegedly occurring back on May 29th at a party held at the Lincoln Country Club. The matter was reported to law enforcement in September, months after the allegation. McEwen declined to comment in detail, telling the Nebraska Examiner, quote, "I'm not going to respond just like anything else. You just shut your mouth," end quote. And at least one of his fellow senators, Senator Megan Hunt of Omaha, has publicly called for his resignation, stating that he should have stepped down earlier and criticized the idea that elected officials should offer protection from misconduct. Many local families are feeling the strain as SNAP benefits are paused. Essentials like milk, eggs, and fresh produce have become harder for some of our neighbors to afford. The Heartland United Way in Grand Island is joining forces with local partners to ensure families have access to the nutritious food they need. You can make a difference in 2 meaningful ways, either by donating food, dropping off non-perishable food items at any local food pantry to help the shelves stay stocked for the families in need, or donate funds. As Heartland United Way will be collecting financial donations that will be designated to Hope Harbor and Crossroads Mission Avenue to provide fresh foods like milk, eggs, meat, and produce, items that are vital but often in short supply. Heartland United Way will also match donations to the Fill the Gap Fund for up to $10,000 to also help smaller food pantries in the 4-county area. It is now 7:36. We'll swing it back over to the Eastside Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Emma Johnson rushed for 165 yards and a touchdown for the Huskers. USC finished with 337 yards of total offense, nearly 200 yards below their nation-leading average of 530 yards per game. But USC limited the Huskers to just 286 total yards, including 188 yards rushing and 98 yards passing. Nebraska will play at UCLA on Saturday. Kickoff will be at 8 on Fox. Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola broke his right fibula on Saturday and will be lost for the rest of the season. Raiola suffered the injury while being sacked and losing a fumble early in the third quarter of Saturday's game. Raiola completed 10 of 15 passes against the Trojans for 91 yards and a touchdown before the injury. He was replaced by true freshman T.J. Lateef, who went 5 for 7 yards and rushed for 18 yards on 6 carries. The Nebraska volleyball team beat Oregon 25-21, 25-20, 25-12 yesterday at the Devaney Center. Taylor Landfair had 10 kills for the Huskers. Nebraska will host Illinois on Thursday. The Nebraska basketball teams will open their seasons today. The women will play Northwestern State at noon, while the men will battle West Georgia at 7 o'clock tonight. Hastings College football team lost to 6th-ranked Dordt 31-26 on Saturday at Lloyd Wilson Field. The Broncos had a chance to pull the upset, but a pass slipped through the hands of wide receiver Eli Nappy right into the hands of a Dordt defender at the Dordt 15-yard line with under a minute to play in the game to seal the contest. Hastings actually outgained Dordt 419-400. Jared Sennick completed 26 of 41 passes for 280 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also rushed for 30 yards and 2 scores. Hastings is now 4-5 on the season. They'll be off this weekend. The Broncos will end the season on November the 15th at Dakota Wesleyan. Hastings College volleyball team lost to the College of St. Mary's in 5 games on Saturday in Omaha. Elsie Benny led the way with 18 kills. The Broncos are now 6-19. They are 3-12 in the conference. They'll finish off the season on Wednesday at Midland. Hastings College men's soccer team dropped a 1-0 overtime decision to Concordia on Saturday in the quarterfinals of the GPAC tournament. The Broncos end the season 8-6-5. That's a check into your sports headlines at 7:39 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
The weather this week will have you looking at the calendar and wondering if it's really November or not. Hey everybody, Tim Jones, 61 the high today on Monday, increasing clouds and a light north wind around 5 miles per hour becoming southeast in the afternoon. Tonight, decreasing clouds, an overnight low of 39. Tuesday, a high of 73, plenty of sunshine and light winds, 42 Tuesday night, and then 60s through the rest of the week and into the weekend. That's a check of your forecast.
Right now in Hastings, we have partly cloudy skies. It is 37 with winds out of the north at 7 miles per hour at 7:40 on Extreme Sports.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and Owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volunteer Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs. More.
Mike Wells, High Center Bronick with you. It's a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports 742. If you'd like to chime in, join us at the breakfast table here this morning. 402-834-1330 is the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. 402-834-1330. You'd like to leave us a message on the social media sites. We're monitoring that as well. World Series wrapped up over the weekend. Saturday, the Dodgers beating... The Dodgers winning over the Toronto Blue Jays by the score of 5-4. So the Dodgers win the series 4-3. Their second straight World Series championship and their third championship in the 6th season. So L.A., as many predicted, they go on to win the World Series after dropping games 5 and 6. They come back and win game 7 in Toronto to take the championship.
Toronto gave him a hell of a fight. I mean, I think that's, at the end of the day, what you can see is you got all 7 games, and now we, as baseball fans, basically hibernate. Long wait till February, where pitchers and catchers report again, and spring hope's eternal, and everybody starts 0-0, and we get back to it. But, yep, we're hunkering in for the long winter. L.A. winning another World Series in walk-off fashion, 2 in a row for the Dodgers. And now it's into the offseason, and a lot of names, a lot of big players, a lot of movement expected to happen over the course of the next few months. So going into the offseason now on the baseball side of things, as the Dodgers close the books in November.
Yeah, they're also the favorites as the books have opened up for 2026. They're the favorites to repeat again in 2026. Yankees are a distant second to win the World Series next year, followed by the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. Another head coach was fired yesterday, in case you missed this. Hugh Freeze at Auburn was fired following their loss to Kentucky, a home loss to Kentucky on Saturday. So Hugh Freeze, who was 15-19 in his 2+ seasons with Auburn, he was fired. He'll be owed $15.8 million in his buyout agreement. He signed a 6-year, $49 million deal in 2022, and he took over for Brian Harsin. He's the 8th Power 4 coach to be fired so far this season.
It's mostly happening in the SEC.
Yes, it has. Defensive coordinator DJ Durkin was named the interim coach of the Tigers. So Hugh Freeze joins the list of 8 other coaches who have been fired here during the regular season so far.
The coaching carousel is going to be very interesting to watch.
And you know what that means? So is the transfer portal.
Oh,
it's going to be unbelievable this year. With all those, and the season's not even over yet. We've got 9 really major Division I coaches that have been fired. You know what's going to happen. There's going to be players saying, I'm going with this guy. I'm going with Coach. He's going to take a job over here, and I'm not happy here. If Coach is not here, I'm not here. The transfer portal will be unbelievable this year.
Oh, it'll be a zoo. It would be an incredible opportunity for Matt Rule and his staff to go out and again put continue to put tools in your toolbox here for Nebraska. There are pieces that we need, and my God, if we can go out and we can attract some defensive linemen to come over here and wreak havoc and rain hell on the opposing quarterback.
And some offensive linemen?
And some offensive linemen?
Yeah, just linemen. Linemen in general.
Yep.
So.
Shore up. Get your big boys.
All right, 7:47. Let's talk some Husker football. Obviously, Matt Rule disappointed with a loss on Saturday to USC.
Obviously, credit to USC. They made the plays you had to make to win the game. Thought the quarterback really stepped up in the third quarter, made some plays on the zone read. And, obviously this is a very bitter pill for us to swallow. We had a lot of opportunities to win the football game. Really the third quarter, a couple drives there that were just, kind of put us out of whack, and then never really were able to get back in rhythm offensively to make the plays you have to make to win the game.
And what about the play of T.J. Lateef?
Yeah, I mean, he did all the things in practice. We had to go to a wristband, just some of the verbiage and all that stuff. He doesn't get as many reps at it, so I think some of that stuff, on that one drive in the red zone, the play we fumbled the snap. I think we'd have walked in on the screen. We had a great play versus zero call, and so, but he did a good job. I had to call timeout one other time where we were just kind of a little discombobulated with how we were lined up. And so, your first time playing in that situation, in that crowd, in that atmosphere. I thought he did admirably. If he has to play next week with the full week, I think he'll play really well. So proud of him, proud of his effort, proud of the way he went out there and did it. But obviously, anytime you're starting quarterback, you lose your starting quarterback, and a freshman goes out there, it's going to minimize some. And I think just some of the things, had to get into the huddle a little bit more so he could communicate it. Obviously, it's not what we had planned on, but it is what it is.
Nebraska, of course, opened the ball game, had a nice drive, got into the end zone, took a 7-0 lead, but Coach Rule knew that this would be a four-quarter game against the Trojans. I
just know it's going to be a battle. I mean, they played Notre Dame to the very end. They played it. All along I told the guys, we're going to play back and forth. It's going to come down to the end, and you're going to have a chance to win the game. And we had a chance to win the game. Now, could it have been better? Should it have been better? Absolutely. But we kind of knew that's what it would be like. It's a big time football game. They're in the position they're in as a result of what they've done. I thought the crowd was amazing. The energy was amazing. The atmosphere was electric. I thought it was special. I thought our guys had some. You lose your quarterback, your left tackle. You have a couple tough breaks go against you, and you continue to battle. That's why I love these guys. So I think that's why we're probably the loss is hard to take, but it is what it is. But yeah, I thought we had a good plan to run the football and pop some runs early that helped us.
That's Matt Rule, and we'll hear from him later on today in Lincoln as they get ready to play UCLA on Saturday. Again, at 8 o'clock start out in Los Angeles on Fox. Meanwhile, the Hastings College football team, Matt Franzen, his team lost to 6th-ranked Dordt on Saturday at home, losing by a score of 31-26. And obviously, Matt was disappointed with the loss.
I told the guys you left it on the field. I mean, what a gutting way to end it. Probably harder than the way we lost the Concordia game, because Concordia came back and beat us. We were driving to win, and we just literally slipped through our hands. So proud of our guys' effort today. We said going in, Dordt plays harder than everybody, and today we one-upped them. I mean, that one little play at the end cost the game, but I don't think we could have prepped any better. I don't think we could have played any better than what we did here today.
And the coach says they were in good shape to win this ball game on that final drive.
Felt great. We missed that extra point earlier, and I guess missed the 2-point conversion, and we came off the field even after the miss, and the guys are kind of hanging their head and say, hey, don't worry about it. Now we just have to score a touchdown instead of a field goal to win the game, and we'll do that. And when we got the ball back and started the drive, everything was working. Everything was working. The pass protection was good, and even that last play was right there, and the ball just popped right out of his hands and right into the hands of the defender who's standing right there. It's like, that's the football gods sometimes can be very, very, very cruel.
The Broncos actually kept a very explosive Dort offense in check most of the day on Saturday.
Yeah, for the most part we did. They got loose a couple times. They had one long pass play on their sideline before halftime, and a long run play here in the fourth quarter that put them up 2 scores. That's who they are. Like their offense is Morningside's offense. They do it a little bit differently, but they're gonna make big plays. They're going to score a bunch of points. They're going to have a bunch of yards. And our goal going in was to play physical football and make them earn it. And for the most part, we did today. And we were able to respond also in a lot of cases and come back and make those, get points back on the board after their big plays.
Broncos went on a drive at the end of the second quarter, got into the end zone to make the score 21-14 at the halftime break, and the coach says they were feeling pretty good at that point.
It's the type of deal where you're watching the score early, and we scored first, then they scored 3 times, and at 21-7, it does kind of cross your mind like, okay, something better happen for us quick, because if this type of thing turns into 28-7. Then it's going to take a really crazy chain of events to come back from that against a team like this. So being able to drive down and put that score on the board right before halftime and pull it within 21-14 and go in the locker room with a lot of momentum and knowing we were going to get the ball first, we felt great at halftime.
And the Broncos dropping one to Dort, 31-26. Hastings now 4-5 on the season. They will be off again this weekend, their second bye week of the season, and will finish off the season on November the 15th as we make the trip to Mitchell, South Dakota, to take on Dakota Wesleyan. So that's kind of your recap with the Huskers and the Broncos from over the weekend. Both teams suffering losses, some tough losses on Saturday.
Yeah, tough weekend, and here's the thing though, like Hastings College, man, you got to be excited from the broadcast perspective. Even though we've had a couple heartbreakers, go back to Concordia, go back to Dort. This has been really good football, a really competitive football, and I think a breath of fresh air, just in terms of the way this team is playing, and can beat anybody on any given day, and you get a few of those results to go differently, and you're probably talking about the NAIA playoffs here with Hastings College. Just what a difference a year can make, and I just think again, it stings, but you got to be really proud of the effort that you've seen from HC.
At least we've had some exciting games.
Yeah,
we had Mount Marty last week on a game winner. Had a chance to upset Dort this week, just inches away from upsetting Dort.
Pulled off the upset against Northwestern.
Took Concordia to the wire.
Took Morningside to the wire.
Morningside to the wire.
When have we even had those discussions about being competitive against teams like that? So keep doing what you're doing over at HC. That's my only advice, man. Keep doing what you're doing because it is working, and you can see it. And the results will come. Eventually, the football gods will return in your favor. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what they can continue to build and use maybe the last portion of this season. You mentioned bye week and then wrapping it up, but use that last game to try to build some momentum into next year.
All right, 7:55. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We'll start first at the state capitol, where Nebraska State Senator Dan McEwen of Amherst, who represents District 41, was cited for public indecency, accused of unwanted touching on a woman's buttocks over her clothing. The incident allegedly occurring back on May 29th at a party at the Lincoln Country Club. The matter was reported to law enforcement back in September, months after the alleged incident. McEwen declined to comment in detail, telling the Nebraska Examiner, who first reported the incident, quote, "I'm not going to respond, just like anything else, you just shut your mouth," end quote. At least one of his fellow senators, Senator Megan Hunt of Omaha, has publicly called for his resignation, stating that he should have stepped down earlier and criticized the idea that elected officials should be offered protection from misconduct. Meanwhile, the Heartland United Way is joining forces with local partners to ensure that families have access to the nutritious food they need, as many are feeling the strains from the SNAP benefits being paused. The Heartland United Way in Grand Island telling people they can make a difference in two ways. A, by donating food to any of the local food pantries to keep the shelves stocked, or by donating funds. They have a Fill the Gap fund where the Heartland United Way will match donations to that fund up to $10,000 to help the smaller food pantries in the 4-county area that they serve. 3 minutes until 8 o'clock. We'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, a couple other sports notes we'll pass along. The Nebraska County football team recorded its biggest comeback in 15 years after beating Central Oklahoma 35-24 on Saturday. Stone Wilson rushed for 4 touchdowns for the Lopers. UNK now 6-4. They're 4-4 in the conference. UNK volleyball team swept Pittsburgh State on Friday and Newman University on Saturday. The Lopers are now 23-2. They're 10-2 in the conference. They'll play host to Washburn on Friday and Emporia State on Saturday. The late NFL game last night, Seattle beat Washington 38-14. Tonight, it's Arizona at Dallas beginning at 7:15. The Los Angeles Dodgers won their second straight World Series and their third in the last 6 years on Saturday with a 5-4 win over Toronto. The Dodgers won the series 4-3. And Kyle Larson won the NASCAR championship yesterday in Phoenix. It was his second championship after winning the title in 2021. Denny Hamlin dominated the race. He led for 208 of the 319 laps, but a late caution flag denied him his first championship. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:58 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
The weather this week will have you looking at the calendar and wondering if it's really November or not. Hey everybody, Tim Jones, 61 the high today on Monday, increasing clouds and a light north wind around 5 miles per hour becoming southeast in the afternoon. Tonight, decreasing clouds, an overnight low of 39. Tuesday, a high of 73, plenty of sunshine and light winds, 42 Tuesday night, and then 60s through the rest of the week and into the weekend. That's a check of your forecast.
Yeah, I like that. North winds this morning, 7 miles per hour, partly cloudy. It is 37 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Join us at Maleta Vista Winery for The Day the Internet Died, a hilarious mystery dinner that you become a part of. Hey, this is Mick inviting you to get your tickets for 2 unforgettable nights, October 18th and November 8th. Gather your friends, enjoy a great meal, crack the case before dessert, Seating is limited, so get your tickets today at MilettaVistaWinery.com. And don't miss the mystery that everyone will be talking about, the day the internet died. Get your tickets online at MilettaVistaWinery.com, St. Paul, Nebraska.
All right, Mike Wills, Heinz Interbronic. You're listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. High school football playoffs. Sandy Creek was able to win the other night in the second round of the state playoffs, so they'll play again on Friday. Their opponents this week will be Bridgeport. They're going to be playing on Friday in the third round of the state playoffs. That'll be a 5 o'clock kickoff. We'll have the game here on Extreme Sports beginning at 4:45. So Sandy Creek is still alive in the state high school football playoffs. The state volleyball tournament is now set. Adams Central is going to be a qualifier for our area. So the Patriots will be playing on a Wednesday in the first round of the state volleyball tournament down in Lincoln. So we'll dive more into the high school ranks on the show tomorrow. But we're jam-packed on the college scene today with lots going on. But we'll try to highlight that on the show tomorrow with volleyball and the state high school football playoffs and continuing on Friday night. So
there you go. News and notes, just passing along. Miami, the Dolphins are trading edge rusher Jalen Phillips to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for a third-round draft pick. Third trade the Eagles have made in the week. They added Phillips, they added Jair Alexander, and Michael Carter. So the Eagles working on that defense. And then you look at the early morning line for Saturday from Vegas. UCLA is opening as a 3-point favorite. Nebraska, a road dog.
I can see that.
A lot of Vegas caution with the team, with the Dillon news.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know if Dillon was healthy. Would that be a pick'em game out there, you think?
Probably.
Maybe 1.5 UCLA. UCLA's been playing well here after they fired the coach.
Been playing better.
So we'll see them on Saturday, 8 o'clock starting time. So we're a 3-point dog, huh?
3-point dog to start off the week. Topic for tomorrow that I want to dive into. You mentioned the AP polls, which I think are trash anyway, but Virginia survives again. They are now 12th in the country, and they are in a prime playoff spot. The Virginia Cavaliers are currently, if the College Football Playoff Committee uses the rankings, in a playoff spot. Perhaps maybe the biggest frauds in history.
Yeah, they've won a lot of games in overtime, and I think they were part of my Blazing Five.
You brought up all the reasons why Virginia is overrated. I want to dive into some of those reasons and dive into some of those games and figure out why the AP. Is it just based on, obviously wins are wins are wins. It doesn't matter. You win ugly. But they are the ugliest winning team that I have ever seen.
Obviously, you've got some news and notes on Virginia, so keep those handy. Put them on the top of the folder. We'll get to that tomorrow.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's lots of things that are going on this week. So we'll have it all right here on Extreme Sports and Huddle Up. Remember, if you'd like to listen to the show again, maybe missed a portion, maybe you hit the snooze one too many times today. If you missed a portion of the show, you can download the show podcast section, listen to it at your convenience throughout the day here today. Anyway, we'll be back again tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock starting time here on Extreme Sports and Huddle Up. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.